What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. It is Pokestocks here. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. It is currently February 26th. Most importantly, this might be the biggest anticipation day because tomorrow we might have leaks and pre-orders for 30th anniversary. So we have so much to discuss, guys. We also have some really bad news in the market that I really want to hop right into. But before we do, I want to remind you guys and sort of give you an influence about what to expect for today's video. We're going to be talking about market manipulation, what's going on in this bull rally, and most importantly, what to expect tomorrow with an upcoming Sam's Club restock as well. So sit back, my friends, relax, and this is your daily Pokemon news brought to you by Pokestocks. Feel free to join the Discord down below, and let's dive right into this, guys. Starting off with a positive mention, never wonder what if, right? I'm so passionate about this year because I'm trying not to live with regret. I'm trying to take every risk, every opportunity that I possibly can, guys. And it's as simple as, starting that business. It's as simple as, asking that person out, whatever the case may be. However you want to interpret this, guys, never wonder what if, right? I mean, all of the times that I literally, lived with regret has destroyed me mentally because I lived with that, mindset, I never got that, and it still haunts me to this day. But this new mindset of 2026 of facing all my fears, man, has been a total game changer. So hopefully you guys can apply that and face one fear today, face one fear this weekend, whatever you need to do, guys, to make yourself better. Now, I want to start this video off by going over what happened on TCG Player today. Now, this is most likely just a TCG Player thing or any other website that has market manipulation abilities, guys. I was doing some research for this video, getting all of my stuff planned out, and I looked up the Mega Charizard UPC, and I had to rub my glasses 3 times because I saw market price $83, and I'm like, wait a minute, $83 market price, Mega Charizard UPC, that's not normal. Down 40%, what happened? Is there a No, guys, no. We are going through, I would say, probably one of the worst market manipulations ever. Like, I'm saying that because if you guys remember in 2025, market manipulation was really bad. And by simple definition, if you guys are new or do not know what that means, it means pumping products, dropping products within a certain time frame to go ahead and snag them for a good price. So I like to apply the market manipulation strategy to what happened to Sword and Shield booster boxes. If you guys were here in the 2025 market, you remember all of the times Sword and Shield booster boxes kept pumping, and they didn't really gradually increase. It was just like a overnight up 200%, and it pumped Fusion Strike to $1,000. It pumped Lost Origin at 800, and this was a constant behavior. And that sort of faded away. It ended in October, then we slowly came down to December, and now, guys, February is really bringing that back, and it's making me a bit worried because this most likely is just the start until the 30th anniversary releases, and I think that's going to get so much worse. So let's go over what happened today with the Mega Charizard UPC. We had 264 UPC sold yesterday for $190. Today, we have had 236 UPC sold for $83. Now, let me make this really clear, guys. $83 UPCs, that's not accurate. What most likely happened, I can't tell you the definite answer. I was not here to literally witness this, but there is a 99% chance that a group of people online listed a bunch of listings for a $2 price point for maybe a code card or something. Then they scooped them up, and that most likely affected the market price, right? And that's how it works, guys. And it dropped the price down 40%. It's going to make so many new investors, so lost in this place of what happened, this and that. And it's going to drive so many of you guys a little bit insane because I believe within the next few weeks to possible months, this is going to be happening all of the time. And this is when the Pokemon market starts to get a little bit scary. This is when, oh, this is so fun in games. I'm seeing all my investings go up and up to who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Is this Mega Charizard UPC going to be worth 300 or is it going to drop to 150, right? Because this is a game, guys, of pure momentum, a game of pure hype, and a game of pure market manipulation. And if you like it or not, that is what you're going to have to deal with. If you invest in Pokemon TCG, there is a big reward, but there can also be a big risk. Now, if we check recent sales, guys, people have been picking them up for $175 to $190, which is the current ongoing price. So realistically speaking, this is a bit normal to what we should be noticing, right? We should see this continuous growth, and if there were listings for, $4, $5, then you guys should take that in consideration. Hey, that's not normal. Maybe something is wrong. So that's one key piece of information that I do want you guys to take away. And again, this is probably going to be the first video of many where I'm going to be reviewing many products that are experiencing this market manipulation. And this is not fun, guys, because theoretically speaking, I do want to make this very, very clear. What is going to happen, it's going to affect a lot of PokeTubers like me and other big ones out there, because it's going to make demonstrating graph growth so much more difficult, because now we're going to have this drastic drop in price and we're going to see a slow to possible spike increase, and it's going to make it so much more difficult to explain the growth and trajectory of products when you have stupid lines that go up and down, right? Just due to these groups of people who try to manipulate the price, try to make good money off people who do not know what's going on. So please take that in consideration, especially if you're investing in the TCG right now. Online is a really risky place. Highly recommend going, to local game stores, card shops, because that is a lot safer. Now, we also have some other news right now. With Prismatic Evolutions, it is actually doing very well. Today, we broke an all-time high with the SPC, which I do want to bring up for you guys. $300 we just broke. Not an all-time high, I'm sorry, because we've actually peaked a little bit higher than that. But we are getting very close to breaking $326, which was back in October. We're currently up 18% this past month, and we had 20 items sold today, guys. So I'm telling you, man, excuse my language, but I have to say this right now. The market is pretty fucked up. Like, excuse my language, again, I'm sorry, but guys, February 27th is tomorrow. There's so much anticipation, so much hype. People are literally going crazy, because if we get 30th anniversary leaks, pre-orders, I'm saying the market is doomed. That is most likely what I'm going to call tomorrow's episode, because if that comes to be, guys, if we got all of this market manipulation for some products today, imagine how much worse it's going to be tomorrow, because the 30th anniversary, and I've been mentioning this and saying this, is going to bring in so many new investors, so many new people into the community. It's really, guys, I'm calling it 5 times bigger than the Prismatic Evolutions rally. This is probably going to be the biggest rally we have ever seen. I'm not saying this to make all of you guys excited like, oh my god, but that is what we're going to probably be experiencing. I mean, look at what's happening right now, and I completely relate all of this to 30th. Everything right now is related to 30th anniversary. Take that in consideration. We're up 18%. I'll also show you guys more market manipulations in this video that are currently occurring in the modern market. Now, this is some big news. This is a little bit normal now, so maybe we can calm down a little bit. The Prismatic Evolutions Booster Bundle Plus Surprise Box is going to be restocking tomorrow at your local Sam's Club. I highly recommend that if you guys have a membership, you have a Sam's Club near you, try to go ahead and pick these up. $39.99 at a limit of 2. These are fantastic buys, and I'm not going to say this again to FOMO anybody out there, but realistically, the next Prismatic Evolutions reprint / restock we're going to be seeing is it's probably going to be a few months, guys, till we see another one, or a month or two. But realistically, any single time we can get Prismatic Evolutions at MSRP, or most importantly, anytime we can get Prismatic Evolutions at wholesale MSRP, which is a lot cheaper, I always look at that as an instant buy. So if you guys, again, have an opportunity, I highly recommend trying to get your hands on these. If we check the current third-party price right now, they're going for nearly $100. And if we check the unit value of each of these products, the booster bundle is $75 right now, which is kind of insane, guys. $75 booster bundle and a $46 surprise box. So there's definitely some value here, and I'm taking out my calculator right now. $70 plus 45 equals 120. So if you pick up this product right now, you're nearly saving $20 in value, and that's the great privilege of wholesale products, because they literally save you guys so much money long term, especially if you buy these in bulk. And looking at every single time these wholesale products drop, they always do fantastic. If I were to look up any wholesale Sam's Club or Costco print, guys, they're nearly up 40 to 50% within the past 3 months, which is some insane growth. And I do want to make an honest opinion. I've been getting questions asked a lot recently about, Pokesucks. Is the third-party price of the Prismatic Evolutions Booster Bundle Plus Surprise Box going to drop tomorrow for Sam's Club restock? Realistically, theoretically, I mean, let me rephrase that. Theoretically, it should, right? Because if we're going to get more volume into the market, yes, prices are going to fall a little bit. But realistically, guys, we might see a slow/small dip, but I think it's going to shoot right back up. Again, especially what's going on possibly tomorrow, the market could be in complete danger, and we might see these skyrocket. So there's so much questions like rumoring around. That is why I want to spend a lot of time in this video giving you guys so much of my honest advice about what's happening in the market. That is pretty damn scary, right? Usually I feel very, very confident talking to you guys about, what's going on, this and that, but we're at a point in the game, man, where you can look up any single product and it could drop 50% in one day because of market manipulation. And that's, again, just most likely going to happen, and you guys just have to accept that. We have to get, used to the rules of the game, and this is Pokemon investing, man. This is Pokemon investing at its finest. We also have Prismatic ETBs, which are up 45% to be exact in the past 3 months. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. 45% in the past 3 months, Prismatic ETBs, right? And, do we have any scheduled reprints/restocks in the near future? As of right now, we're about to head into March. No, we do not, guys. So I've been mentioning this, and I'm going to keep preaching this. The sky is the limit for Prismatic ETBs. People are saying Prismatic ETBs are going to break $200 in March, guys, and we already have sales confirmed at $180. Do I think $200 is possible in March? Hell yes, man. I think it's way too possible. In fact, we might see $250 for these Prismatic ETBs. And who knows? Maybe tomorrow these Prismatic ETBs break 200. Like that. That's what we're experiencing right now in the market. It is really, really insane. And not only, guys, is the sealed doing fantastic in the Prismatic Evolutions market, but we have these singles as well. The Umbreon is doing fantastic, breaking above that $1,000 price point again, and nearly all of these singles moving very, very well. We also have Phantasmal Lames, one of the few sets that I have current beef with, but I mean, some of you guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but Phantasmal Flames has been on an absolute tear, man. Unfortunately, the past month and past 3 month graphs are kind of glitched out, so the past 6 months really does demonstrate this, guys. But Phantasmal Flame booster box is sitting at $323. In fact, we have confirmed sales at that price point consistently. Was I expecting this to happen? No, I was not. In fact, I was expecting Phantasmal Flames to be a pretty cheap set in general, but it has taken me by storm, right? And, it's, guys, at the end of the day, Phantasmal Lames, the reason I gave it the name Phantasmal Lames is just because it's really a Charizard set, and I know every single era, we have Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, they all have a Charizard set, and they tend to be pretty bad in general, but when you're going through a Pokemon hype and a Pokemon rally, a Charizard set is usually a gemstone. So congratulations to everyone who's holding Phantasmal Flames, I guess, because you're making some really, really good money. Now, realistically, what's the limit for Phantasmal Flames? Who knows, man? Who flippin' knows? Phantasmal Flames released November 12th, 2025, guys. We are literally almost 4 months into the set release of Phantasmal Flames, and they are almost double MSRP. This is bringing back Destined Rivals PTSD. In fact, let me know, guys, in the comment section, do you think Phantasmal Flames booster boxes are going to compete with Destined Rivals booster boxes? At this point in the game, I honestly can't tell you if that can happen or not. Like, usually I would say, no, it's never going to happen, but at this point, man, Phantasmal Lames, not ETBs, booster boxes, yeah, they can probably hit $500, dude. That's gonna be crazy, bro. Oh my god, there's no way Phantasmal Flames booster boxes hit 500. I will literally lose my mind if that happens. We also have 151, which, guess, guys, 151, guess what it's doing? It's going up. Yep, you said it. We have 151 booster bundles breaking $140, up 40% in the past 3 months, and we have multiple confirmed sales above 140, 142.95, 140.49, 130, 138, 130. So these are definitely moving, and I think a big consideration, right, with a lot of these Scarlet and Violet sets, guys, is as we're getting closer to the rotation, which honestly is just in a few months now. That's how fast time is flying by. A lot of these sets are just not going to stop growing, and I feel very, very confident saying that. So for so many of you who invested in 151, congratulations, because you're going to see some really, really good growth. And I do want to bring up one thing. So many of you guys have been asking me about Blooming Waters, and why don't I talk about Blooming Waters? I used to be, especially if you are a OG viewer, I used to be one of the biggest believers in blooming waters. It was one of my favorite products. In fact, it was a product I put on almost every thumbnail a year ago. But guys, not to burst anyone's bubble, but you know, when blooming waters were $100, this was the go-to time to buy. When blooming waters are now almost $250, the potential is sort of lost here. Now, coming down to the standpoint, do I still think blooming waters is a good play to make in 151? Yes, I think blooming waters has definitely some potential and it's not going to stop slowing down. But realistically, the reason why I stopped talking about blooming waters in general is just due to the fact, guys, that the opportunity is a bit lost, right? It's sort of like missing out on picking up, you know, Fusion Strike booster boxes for $200 almost a few years ago. That's the exact same formula that I want to apply to blooming waters. Now again, I'm not saying it's a bad buy. I'm not saying you should not buy it because it's definitely going to be worth more in a few months than what it is today. But all I'm trying to say here, guys, is that the potential is definitely lost a little bit in value. Now going back to what I was briefly talking about, the booster bundles, you also have ETBs, guys, up 35% in the past 3 months. It looks like we're on the road to break $500 in ETB. And if we check some recent confirmed sales, we have 460, 480, 470, 470, 480. And within the past month, they're up 12%. The past 3 months, up 35. 151 ETBs, man, who knows where this is going. By the way, do you guys remember when 151 ETBs were literally on Costco store shelves and no one wanted these? In fact, that was almost all of 151. Like, no one ever wanted 151. There was a time where you can walk into your Target. I remember vividly, this was, you know, that time frame where I was trying to save up money for college and stuff, so I couldn't spend it all on Pokemon. Do I wish I did? I guess, but I don't live with regret anymore. Sort of going back to what I was talking about today's positive mention. But I remember walking to my Target, man, and I just remember seeing 151 UPCs stacked on 151 UPCs. It's crazy because you know, I knew I should have picked one up for MSRP at least, but unfortunately, never had the chance to. But I remember when these were at Costco, these were at Sam's Club, retail, all over, and no one wanted this set. And it's crazy to see how fast time can like switch, man. And all of a sudden, everybody wants this. And there was a time, just literally a few weeks ago, if you guys remember, when 151 was teased on Target.com. I'm going to try to pull it up right now if I can find it. I don't want to waste your time, but I remember when 151 was literally teased on Target. It was one of my best performing videos in a hot minute because I literally put 151 is getting reprinted and I trolled so many of you guys, even though I didn't mean to, because it was a literal fact. So if you look on the screen right now, this was announced 5 weeks ago. When if for all of a sudden, if you had Target 360, there was a possible restock of 151 Poldean Fates Prismatic Evolutions. It was insane. And I think what threw a lot of the market off is like we were anticipating no more print of 151 just due to the fact that as rotation is right around the corner and supply has been so dry for so long while they reprint it, it created a lot of like, what the hell is going on? So definitely it was a crazy night. I vividly remember this. I was so super excited. And this was on Target, guys. You can literally have looked it up and you could have added to a cart on 151 UPC. You just had to wait for it to be released. And who knows, man? Imagine if they didn't take it off. Who knows what would have happened, but it was definitely an interesting time. 151 singles are also doing fantastic. I know so many of you guys are entering the single market now. I've seen a lot of posts in the Discord and a lot of you guys asking about it. So congratulations, man. I mean, if you guys were picking up singles, you know, a few months ago, as a lot of you know, I'm not the biggest crazy person about singles. Yes, I have a binder. Yes, I have a few slabs, but I'm way more into the sealed realm of things. But man, singles are definitely moving in the 151 space. Now, I did a Discord poll earlier this week asking you guys about the market, and I asked you a specific question of, will the market slow down in March? 78 votes, 79% of you guys said nope, and 21% of you guys said yes, sir. Now, I'm going to give you my updated review on what I think is going to happen in March. I think March, guys, and are you ready for this? Is this going to be a shocker? Some of you guys are going to be like, yeah, I totally agree. I think March is going to be the biggest month. I think February was insane. Expect March to probably be 2 times bigger. And I'm saying that because you guys have to realize, right? If you want to believe this or not, the momentum we're getting for 30th anniversary is just going to get worse. There's going to be way more people entering the market. There's going to be way more new investors. There's going to be way more, you know, influencers, this and that. Marketing has been insane on Pokemon's part. A Super Bowl ad, this and that, guys. I only expect this market to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the big question is, drumroll please, when will the bubble pop? That is a question that no one knows the answer to, but there's been a lot of rumors and a lot of predictions, guys, that the market will most likely pop, if it does, after the 30th anniversary releases. And coming from a personal standpoint, I could sort of predict and foreshadow that that could be a possibility. I'm not saying that it will, guys, but you know, I always like to compare, right? 2025 was super exciting. We saw Prismatic Evolutions released. We saw this crazy momentum. Oh my god, people waiting outside stores. Scalping is back, this and that. Then it slowly faded by the end of the year. 2026, people realized that 30th anniversary is releasing this year. People realized that Ascended Heroes is releasing February. So it got a lot of people excited, and all of a sudden the momentum came back, and it came back stronger because there was already a ton of hype in the market, guys, that we just got a whole new wave. So we're sort of like creating a big tsunami, and I think that's a good analogy to put it, guys. We're crafting a big tsunami for the market right now, and I think it's gonna literally just dominate a country, analogy wise, you know what I'm trying to say, and it's just to take over and flood the entire thing, and then it'll slowly recede back. That's a good analogy to put it, but realistically, I think March and the next following month after that and that, guys, is just gonna get worse and worse and worse. Now, I could be totally wrong. Please note that it is a total prediction, but based on all of the data and everything we have so far, I think that's pretty valid, and some of you guys can agree with me. Now, let's talk a little about Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals has been a big mover this year. It was a big mover in January and a bit in February as well. If you guys remember, Destined Rivals booster boxes literally almost peaked at $600, which was kind of insane. But within the past few days, in fact, past few weeks, guys, we've been leveled off. In fact, we've came down a little bit in value to roughly $540, and we have some confirmed sales at $525 within Destined Rivals. So 151, Prismatic Evolutions, all of these sets, Phantasmal Flames, even Phantasmal Flames has been booming, but Destined Rivals has been on the quiet side of things. So not too many people are talking about Destined, not too much movement in this market. Some of you guys are looking at Destined Rivals right now and being like, you know what, that's my next play. I'm going all in on that, and you guys can do what you want. But do I think Destined Rivals is going to start moving soon? I think so. I think we might start to see some movement again. You know, we saw that $500 booster box price. Now we saw that $600 booster box price. Now, $700 booster box price, man. And I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this at all, but a $1,000 price point, question mark, maybe in this year. Is that possible? It could be, guys. I mean, I can't believe I'm even saying these numbers, and I'm not even joking. You know, a $1,000 booster box for a modern set sounds crazy, and it is, but that is the way the market's heading right now, guys, and it's pretty damn scary. I'm not going to lie to you. We have Destined Rivals ETBs probably being the biggest mover this month in the Destined Rivals market. These have nearly hit almost $200 right now. We're sitting at $190. We do have multiple sales though at $190, $180, $180, $180, $175. The big question is, guys, moving forward, will Destined Rivals ETBs come crashing down? I think so. We do not have a reprint though anytime soon, but every single time that ETBs do go through a reprint, they tend to go pretty hard on them, and usually what we saw with Surging Sparks, what we saw at Twilight Masquerade, some of them might get a wholesale reprint, some of them might get a massive retail reprint, and I'm crossing my fingers that we do see a Destined Rivals ETB reprint plus booster bundle. I think that'd be super, super nice for Costco or Sam's Club. I think that is what we're going to be hoping for and possibly seeing within the next few months, hopefully later this year. Now, going a little bit more in depth, guys, about what we could expect tomorrow. So, one day away from Pokemon Day, big announcements, reveals, and much more. This is probably going to be one of the most exciting, anticipated, and hype days of the year, 2026. I know so many of you guys are literally waiting to see what is going to happen, and as a YouTuber myself, trying to keep you guys updated with the latest news, I am pretty damn excited because tomorrow's video might be an hour long, going over everything we know so far. But I do want to make something very, very clear. I think that tomorrow, whatever's going to happen, because we truly have no confirmation on if 30th anniversary is releasing, this and that. We're getting pre-orders, guys. Like, there's been a lot of speculation, but I don't want to lie to you guys and say we're getting this and that when realistically we don't know. But I'm going to say one thing. The Pokemon Center the Pokemon Center website is probably going to crash. There's going to be so many people waiting to join, you know, the queue, seeing what's going to happen, this and that, and bots are going to take over. So I'm not, again, trying to ruin your day, but guys, if you're trying to pre-order something, if we do get pre-orders, I'm saying this again, not to sound like a doom and gloom, but 99% chance you're not going to get anything. And I feel like bots are going to go absolutely insane tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Again, if we do have any pre-orders or restocks, but I'm going to be on the sidelines just looking to see what happens, guys, because I have a job, I have this and that. I don't have time to, wait. If you guys do, then that's a great privilege to have, but I'll be giving you guys an updated video about what we saw this day. But in general, yes, I am super excited, and I'm hoping we do get 30th anniversary news, 30th anniversary leaks. If we do get 30th anniversary pre-orders, I feel like it might be a bit too early, if some of you guys can agree, because we have Chaos Rising, we have Perfect Order, all of these sets set to release later this year, and 30th anniversary is definitely a little bit still far out, but we could have it. We could. I'm not saying it's not possible, because Pokemon could do something like that, and it's Pokemon Day, so they literally can probably pull some crazy stuff. But just to keep you guys updated, if you have any information, a few hours before the set drops, before the website drops, let me know in the Discord. If you guys have any, inside leaks, this and that, I would love to know what's happening so I can give you guys updated in real time. But I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty damn excited to see what possibly could happen tomorrow. Moving on, guys, we have celebrations. This is the big topic, and I want to talk about it today because I feel like February 26th, 2027, this is the most important day to talk about celebrations due to a few reasons. Now, reason number one, guys, 30th anniversary might get leaked tomorrow. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. If we have a 30th anniversary leak tomorrow, expect celebrations to set off a nuclear bomb. And I'm saying that because most likely what will happen again, we're going to see celebrations explode in value if we do get confirmation of pre-orders and what to expect on 30th anniversary. You might see ETBs, mini tins, collection boxes go through the roof, and we might even see, guys, a lot of these more expensive products like UPCs and even the classic collection take off with new all-time highs. Now, there's been a lot of speculation as well that the 30th anniversary will contain a classic collection, which is pretty damn exciting, and I think that's going to have a big influence on the celebrations realm of things. So if you guys have been watching my videos every single day, if you guys have been watching my videos for the past few months, even the past year, you know how passionate I am about the Celebrations Classic Collection. I think there is so much tremendous value here that is slept on, right? The Umbreon Goldstar, the Mega Rayquaza, the Charizard, the Blastoise and Venusaur. There's so much to scoop up right here that if you guys were making moves, if you guys had the light bulb switch on and you have literally almost all of these cards in a raw version, in a graded version, congratulations, because you are probably going to be sitting on gold later this year or even tomorrow, guys. That is how confident I feel. And going back to what I was talking about with the Mega Charizard UPC getting a buyout, and in fact, we even have Celebration ETBs getting a buyout on February 21st. 65 of these sold in one day, which was way too many compared to normal, so that's definitely not normal growth, guys. So if you were sitting on this stuff, a few months before, a few weeks ago, then your collection might pump up very high. And again, this is not confirmed. I'm not saying this will happen, but based on speculation and data, we're probably going to see a nuclear bomb, as I like to say it. So again, I do want to mention one quick thing, guys. We're seeing buyouts with UPCs, we're seeing buyouts, potential buyouts with SBCs, we're even seeing buyouts and celebrations. And as we're starting to head into this new month, as March is right around the corner, do I expect buyouts to continue to happen, guys, with these sets? Yes, of course I do. And I expect a few sets to get affected, a little bit more than others. And I think Celebrations is a great example that this most likely will be more affected just due to the fact of a possible 30th anniversary release. And the UPC, which I didn't go too far into depth, I sort of skipped on this, guys, but we're up 15%, man. 15% almost in the past 2-3 months, which is super exciting as well. And I think a lot of you guys, you start to see this growth and you're like, up 15% within the past 6 months, dude, that's nothing. But when you start talking about big numbers, guys, when you start talking about $900 to $1,000 to $2,000, $5,000, this percentage growth is so much better than some of you guys might think. Even up 2% is still very good because, that's like $40, $50 added on value to these certain products. So the UPC is doing fantastic. And if we do get a 30th anniversary UPC, which most likely will happen, I mean, Pokemon, that is like a dumb thing if they don't release a 30th anniversary UPC. I'm kind of interested to see how much influence it's going to have on the regular 25th anniversary UPC, how much of like a massive pump this product might have. Now let's talk a little bit more about Ascended Heroes, which I have been analyzing every single day, guys, because Ascended Heroes has almost been officially out for a week now. At least that's what I like to say officially, because January 30th, tech sticker collections. Are we really calling that an anniversary? I mean, I'm sorry. I keep getting my words switched up this video. Do we really call January 30th a release date, guys, with just tech sticker collections? Probably not. So, excuse me, we went into a little bit of depth, guys, about the pool rates yesterday. I'm not going to go too far depth into that, but Ascended Heroes, man, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit picky of a market. Right now, we have Pokemon Center ETBs at that $250 price point, $255 to be exact. And we have some sales, guys, even pushing up to $275. So, Ascended Hero Pokemon Center ETBs might be on the road to break $300. And based on what I've been preaching about Pokemon Center ETBs in general, guys, usually we have the first drop. Tends to be the cheapest price point of third party, and then they skyrocket within the next few days, sort of what we're experiencing right now, and then they might slowly fade up or down until a possible restock in the near future. But realistically, guys, Ascended Heroes, you know, breaking $300, is that possible? Yes, I definitely think that's something that's not too crazy. And we also have regular Ascended Hero ETBs. We have Pokemon Center ETBs going up, we have singles being a little stagnated, and Ascended Hero ETBs, guys, at roughly $110. Now, I'm not saying this to, again, FOMO, but $110 for Ascended Hero ETBs on third party, that's not a bad price. Again, I've always compared Ascended Heroes to Fantasm. Oh my god, I literally cannot talk in this video. I've been comparing Ascended Heroes to Prismatic evolutions in the way the markets share a lot of influence and similarities. If you guys go back to the 2025 era, you remember how in January and February, Prismatic ETBs came down to roughly 110, right? And then they shot right back up because people wanted them in demand. And Ascended Heroes is a really, really demanded set right now. So $110, again, might not be that bad. I think by tomorrow, and even in fact, within the next few days, these might pick up a little bit more. Also, guys, do keep in mind that Ascended Heroes is a specialty set, and the reason I'm bringing that up because it's very, very important to realize that this set does not have a booster box, which is a pretty big issue in terms of price to pack ratio. With lower pack volume in the market, you know, specialty sets, for example, than based on an era set, a set that contains a booster box, these always tend to be a little bit more expensive. So it really, guys, could be a copy and paste of Prismatic Evolutions. I'm not saying that they are the exact same set, but I'm saying in market trends. So we'll analyze this set, continue to do so, and I'm pretty interested to see how this set is going to react to tomorrow's possible market boom. I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to title tomorrow. I really don't know what to expect. It's really all up in the air. Now, guys, remember Ascended Heroes released yesterday. Oh my god, I can't talk, bro. Ascended Heroes released February 20th, 2026. At the time of recording this, it's already 26th, but some of you guys might be watching this on the 27th. So almost a week ago, Ascended Heroes has been released. So we've been keeping up with the set every single day for the past 7 days. Hopefully, you guys have been learning a few things and analyzing the market with me as we go ahead and do so. Now, I do want to bring up a under the radar set right now that's been performing very, very well, actually. Crown Zenith has been moving. We have Crown Zenith ETBs, guys, up 31% within the past 3 months. That is almost a 10% increase every single month. These ETBs now at almost $300, and we have the whole Crown Zenith market, these singles, the Sea and Sky collection, and almost everything here, guys, doing fantastic. Now, why I'm bringing up Crown Zenith is because I think it's very, very important that we're also hyper-focused on Scarlet and Violet and Mega Evolution, that we slowly forget that Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, like these sets still do contain value, and that there's still a lot of activity in these markets, right? Of course, they do slowly die down and slowly fade away just because there's no new supply entering the market. So if people keep buying and throwing them into the closet, it's going to make, you know, flipping these, selling these a little bit more difficult than usual. But Crown Zenith, man, I mean, comparing how old this set is to a lot of these other sets, it's been doing very, very well, and it's making me kind of excited as an investor that I sit on a lot of Crown Zenith, honestly. I have like 6 Sea and Sky collections, which is pretty flippin' dope. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's kind of awesome to see this stuff grow and grow and grow and not really thinking too much of it. So just want to bring that up there for some of you guys who didn't know. And now let's go ahead and do your favorite part of this video, collection reviews. If you guys want to go ahead and get your collection possibly reviewed for a video, join the Discord down below and go ahead and post it. And we're going to go over today 3 collections. Now these are pretty huge, so these might take a little bit, but you guys love this. Starting off with this collection in a closet, I'm guessing. We have in the left a 151 binder collection. Starting off, man, 151 binder collections slash binder collections in general are very, very niche, so I really do respect that. I've actually never seen a 151 binder collection. I've never seen one in the wild, which is kind of crazy because I don't live under a rock. I do travel. I do go to card shows, and I've never seen one. So that's kind of niche, to be honest. Then we have a ton of sleeved booster packs of Destined Rivals. Very, very nice. If you got all of these at MSRP, then I think this is a great move because long term, I think Destined Rivals is going to perform extremely well, and sleeved booster packs do very, very well, guys. Also, going back, little story time, Pokestocks, when I picked up Evolving Skies at MSRP, yes, you heard me, Evolving Skies at MSRP, it was a time. I remember getting my Evolving Skies sleeve boosters on the store shelves for $4.99, and now they're almost $50 a piece. So Destined Rivals, will it ever hit $50 a piece? I don't know. I think that might be a little bit too high, but maybe if you hold these for 10 years, but realistically, these are definitely going to do very, very well. Then it looks like we have a bunch of these 30th Pokemon Day collection boxes. I'm not going to lie to you guys, not to bring anyone down, but these are very, very mid. In fact, I would even call them bad because they truly don't contain any value. It's just 3 packs and a promo card, so you guys do what you want with these. But also, one quick mention, in your collection reviews, I always want to give you guys advice. I always want to tell you guys what I like and what I don't like to help you out, because if I just tell you what I love and not tell you guys anything, hey, maybe you could do this and that, then I feel like that'd be a little bit of a disfavor. So anything so far, maybe get rid of these Pokemon collection boxes, switch them out for something new, something along those lines. Then we have some booster bundles, Surging, Destin, and it looks to be Journeyed Together. Very, very nice selection of booster bundles. I love, guys, having a diverse collection. Diverse collection simply means having a immense amount of different sets, immense amount of different products, because it makes the collection nice in terms of aesthetics. It's easy to sell a little bit more because if people want certain sets, hey, you can do this, you can do that. And in general, it's just really, really fun to collect almost everything. We have Phantasmal Flames ETB on top, Prismatic SPC, Black Bolt, White Flare, Pokemon Center ETB is very, very nice. In fact, if you guys are looking to pick up a good Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Center ETB right now, Black Bolt and White Flare are actually pretty damn cheap compared to a lot of the other Pokemon Center ETBs. And Black Bolt, White Flare is definitely an underrated set. If I had to put it in a category, I'd put them in underrated right now. Then we have Ascended Hero ETBs, 4 of them. Very, very nice. I would not be selling your Ascended Heroes right now. I think this is a set you should be keeping because we do not know what the print run is going to be like of this set. I mean, it could be very, very low, and we might not get any reprints, guys, within the next few months. 2 weeks. I mean, it's happened, and it might happen again. And then we have the Mega Charizard tins. Nothing too crazy about these. I think aesthetic wise, these are very, very cool, so I absolutely love them. And very, very nice collection, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is definitely a very, very solid piece, and there's not too much I would hate on here. Just move a few boxes, and I think you got yourself a very, very nice start to the hobby. Now, this is where stuff gets a little interesting because my guy right here has a fully lit up figurine couch, posters, this and that. So, man, not did I say lit up couch? I meant lit up closet. I'm sorry. With everything here. So, first off, aesthetic, man, this is flippin' dope. Let's start on the top. We have a bunch of ETBs from Scarlet and Violet. In fact, I'm guessing it might be all of them from the Scarlet and Violet era. So that's very, very nice. Hey, again, guys, going back on what I was talking about, diverse collections, I love it. I love the variety here. And there's also one key important consideration, like, I love how they all follow the sets, right? Like, you got every single set, which is really, really cool, because you have Paradox, Temporal, Twilight, Shrouded, Stellar, everything. And I think that makes a really, really unique collection. Then, it looks like this is actually split up. Now I'm starting to realize it's like sets. We have Destin, Black Bolt, White Flare, Surging, so I'm actually kind of excited to review this. We have Destin Rivals on the top, a bunch of product right here, Pokemon Center ETB, booster boxes, almost all of this, and then I'm guessing he probably has singles to go ahead and match these cards. If I'm wrong, so be it. But 2 booster boxes, Pokemon Center ETB, regular ETB booster bundle, very, very nice, Black Bolt, White Flare. We have Miniton Display. Hey, I love that, man. Miniton Display, great product, great niche right now. It's actually very, very cheap, honestly. Last time I checked. We have Pokemon Center ETBs, binder collections, regular ETBs, poster collections. Very, very nice. Surging Sparks booster boxes, Surging Sparks ETB. We have collector's chest, build-in battles, and much more. And then looks to be some singles. We have a 25th anniversary Mega Rayquaza, Blastoise. I absolutely, guys, if you have celebrations in your collection, you're gonna get an automatic smile on my face because it's probably one of the most obvious plays you can be making right now. And then we have some Funkos in the back. Very, very nice, man. I really do like how this is all displayed. It looks super cool. We have Prismatic Evolutions. We have the Mini Tin Display, the SPC, ETB, Pokemon Center ETB, Binder Collection, Surprise Box, Accessory Pouch, Poster, Tech Sticker Collection. I'm guessing my guy has every single Prismatic Evolutions product, which is honestly, that is a flex. That is a flex to say that. You know what? Yo, what kind of Prismatic Evolution products you got? I got everything. That's really cool. So, very nice right there. In general, if I had to say my favorite piece from all of this so far, it's probably going to be the Pokemon Center ETBs because, guys, they just do so flipping well long term, and they're also very nice aesthetically, especially Destined Rivals. And we have 151. Hold on, I need some water before I say all this, man. Guys, 40-minute video and 2 water breaks. You have to give me a little bit of a break, man. That's pretty accurate. So 151 Mini Tin Display, Costco 151 5-pack tin, 151 ETB, 151 Booster Bundle Display, Zapdos, Blooming Waters, posters, UPCs, Pokemon Center ETB Booster Bundle. I just have to give you a clap, man. This is a 10 out of 10 collection. I love everything here. And honestly speaking, this is probably one of the coolest collections I've ever seen yet on this channel. So you also get that from me. Because I've never seen anything like this. So you definitely get that. I mean, I think most of our collections, including myself, are just upstairs in the closet, throwing in a Tupperware and praying for the best. And also, I'm noticing this for the first time. Booster bundle display cases. That's actually really unique. I've never seen that, so that's pretty cool. And honestly, for a $150 booster bundle, I think it might deserve a little bit of protection. So that's really nice collection right there. Now we have a bunch of other stuff. This sort of gives off the vibes of my collection. This is sort of how I would post it if I had to show you guys. Just a bunch of boxes, a bunch of stuff in a Tupperware. So we have RCSV figure, Glaceon, Leafeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Flareon. Let me just say something really quick, guys, before we hop any further into this. The Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon premium collection boxes, which were from the Sword and Shield era, one of the best boxes ever released. I'm saying that because they are super cool. I love the overall vibes. I love the promos, and they even contain Evolving Skies in them. So very nice. One thing I'm noticing is this guy went very hard during the Sword and Shield era, and hey, that definitely paid off. So if you got all of this at MSRP during the time, if you got all of this, you know, even now, I think this is very smart play you could be making in the market. We have Sword and Shield Charizard UPC. I believe this is approaching $500 right now. We have Crown Zenith, and I just went over Crown Zenith today, so that's probably pretty exciting for you to see that. It's actually doing well. Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies ETB. Let's go. I think, you know, it's pretty common sense, would you not say? Honestly, dude, what Mini Tin Display is this? I can't. Is this 151? No, it's Celebrations. Okay, it's Celebrations 151 Mini Tin Display. Very nice, man. One thing I love about, you know, the Mini Tin Displays, guys, in general, and this, you could take this for a grain of salt, but Mini Tin Displays are usually slept on. A lot of people will pass on them because, hey, it's a Mini Tin Display. Why would I want that? But do you see how much excitement brings to the investor when, like, hey, man, I got a Mini Tin Display. You want to buy that? Especially from these older and demanded sets like Crown Zenith, Celebrations. Like, Mini Tin Displays at this point in the game become a very good product to buy in. We have a 151 UPC, Celebrations UPC, I believe Japanese Evolving Skies, and a Future Strike booster box, and a Celebrations collector's chest. I really do respect this, man. I love the UPC selection here. Celebrations 151, very nice. We also have some more Celebrations. Let's flip and go. We have the Zacian and Charizard. We also have the Celebrations Pokemon Center ETB, 2 Celebration ETBs, and I believe this is Japanese 25th anniversary. So very nice selection. Again, very hard collection on the Sword and Shield era. And honestly, man, there's nothing wrong with that, guys, because Sword and Shield has definitely, you know, it's had its moment, but it's still growing. And I think that's a big part, and especially what we can see this year. probably a good pump. Let's go some newer stuff. Scarlet Violet, Lucario and Tyranitar and Blooming Waters, hands down. Very, very obvious play. I think these are fantastic. And guys, you know what? Congratulations on everyone's collections today. You know, regarding the financial status of all of you guys, some of you having smaller collections, some of you guys having bigger collections. I think all of you guys are doing a fantastic job in the investing realm. So GG's on that. If you guys want to go ahead and have your collection reviewed, possibly for a video, join the Discord, post your picture of your collection and collections, and you might have a chance of getting selected. So that is pretty exciting. But that, my friends, is going to wrap it up for this video. 45 minutes today. Let me know if you guys like this. This is a new all-time high for the length of the video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Big day tomorrow, man. I can't wait.